Hello, Gun Nation. Big Johnson coming at you. All right, we're going to get into something that I get asked quite a bit. Do you carry a light on your gun? If so, what type? Things like that. I've even been on chats talking about it and things like that. So we're going to get into it for y'all that do not know kind of my favorite lights. So let's get into it. All right, as you see on most of my guns, I do carry a light on the gun. However, I also carry a pocket light, always on my person. So whether it be, a small stream light, I've got them smaller than this. I've got the Streamlight Wedge. I've got the pin Streamlights. I've got all of those. I even have some other brands that I really haven't had any problems with the particular pocket lights, but with those weapon lights, I had a lot of problems with them, so I do not use them any longer. Not going to mention the names. Y'all might know who they are if you've been longtime followers. But here's some of my favorites, so we're going to go over them. I really enjoy the Surefire X300s. Really enjoy them. They've been around for a long time. Like, for example, here's my EDC currently. Y'all have all seen it. There it is right there. It has the X300 Turbo on there. So if y'all haven't seen it, there it is. This is the Staccato C2 with the Aimpoint Acro P2, Atlas Trigger, Threat Cadre Comp. Love this pistol. Shoots great. Love it. So, and the turbo is definitely a Candela monster. So there's that. We'll move that over to the side. All right, that's out of the way. A light that I feel is very underrated is the Surefire TLR9. A lot of people never talk about this light. If y'all know me, I also have tons of Surefire TLR1 and 1HLs. I even have some of the older, way back when I think there were 600 lumen lights. However, I really like the TLR9 better than the TLR1. And the reason being is it's kind of a long, slimmer light. You don't have the big bell housing at the end, and you're also still getting 1,000 lumens, with two CR123. So instead of having them side by side, they're back to back. And I do like this switch setup better than the rocker switch. I even like this switch setup better than the Surefire switch setup, honestly. Just personal preference, but seems to work for me. You've got momentary and constant on both of these. Y'all know all that. But I do like, how you can just tap this. And, there's that. And then this, you got to kind of, poke it down a little bit more and then pop it up. It works great. It's just a little different. I do prefer these if I could pick. Now, as far as my small lights, and a lot of people ask, why do you carry a longer light? Well, if this didn't have a comp, the light would actually stick out farther than the standard barrel if this comp was not on here. This acts as a standoff device. So if you had to gut check someone, it could help your gun, not be knocked out of battery. So that's just something to think about. So I actually do like the longer lights for most of my pistols. Now on this one, you can see that the comp sticks out farther, blah, blah, blah. But on a standard, regular pistol, this light is going to stick out past the standard barrel, just not on a comped version. So I do prefer the longer lights for a standoff device if you have to gut check somebody. Just something to think about. Now for a small light. If I want something, just a small light or on a smaller gun, things like that, the light that I really do prefer is the Streamlight TLR7A. You have these still really nice switches at the back, momentary. You can see that I'm doing the momentary. It's activated. Then if you want it to stay on, you just quick tap, it stays on. I really enjoy these switches. They are the same that are on the TLR9. So, as far as a small light, TLR7A is my favorite. And of course, it's got the lockout. It's 1CR123. We all know that. And on these, once they're mounted on the gun, you actually change the battery from the front. Where on your Surefires and your older ones, your TLR1s, you actually have to take them off and put the batteries in the back. Even this one, you load the batteries from the front on the TLR9. So you don't have to remove them from the gun to put them in, to put the batteries in. Also, another one that I do enjoy is the TLR-7 Sub. This is the 1913 model. Not the Glock or the SIG or any of that kind of stuff. This is the standard one. And the neat thing about these is if you wanted to flip them upside down and put them on the top of an AR or, PDW, you could do that. And then you can just use this, with your C-clamp, you can actually just use this to press it in. So very nice and easy to pop these on. You can just use a nickel. That is what I use. And just screw them on. Don't use a screwdriver because the nickel gives you a really nice set on any of these types. Some you can use a dime also. But those are my favorite smaller ones. One more thing to think about, if you need it, is this one. This one's kind of not thought about a lot either. It's a TLR9 RM2. This is 1,000 lumen, very similar to the TLR9A. However, this is a top mount. So you can top this, you can put it up on top of a AR-15, something like that, and then you've got the push button on the top. So it's easily activated, works really great. Putting it on a pistol I wouldn't recommend because it's not going to fit, but on the top of an AR, side mount of a PDW, things like that, super easy, snap it up there, you're good to go. So these are some of my favorite lights. Let me know what yours are. Do you carry a light on your pistol? If you do you also carry a pocket light? Because if you have something happen, you're going to take your pocket light, you're going to say, hey, what's that going on? However, if you draw your pistol, that light is going to be on. I'm not going to do the momentary stuff because if this pistol comes out, it's needing to be used. Other than that, I keep it in my pants and I use this. So give me your opinions. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on.